Alright, we've got this cool old century desk fan. I believe the blades are brass. It's just with black paint painted over top of them. You can barely read the label there, century. Needs a lot of cleaning up. Gonna try to straighten up the frame around it. Maybe throw some paint on it. And try to get the black paint off of the brass blades. So a little side project here. Try to do a little amateur restoration. And I just wanted to show you that, as found, it does work. It needs a little help to get going sometimes. And it takes a little while to get warmed up, but then it starts spinning and pushes some pretty decent air on high. The lower speeds don't work quite as well. So first I want to get the cage off of this, and that looks pretty simple. There's 3 of these posts that come out, and they just have straight head screws that have to come off. So I'm going to do that now. So those are the 3 screws and braces that held the cage on it. And so now the cage should just come right on off. And as you can see, we got quite a bit of straightening out to do there. Major one right there. The rest of it's not too bad. A little bit of a bend there, up there. So we'll try to get that straightened out and then get it painted. So before I get it straightened out, the center badge on here, it just has fold over tabs on the back, and we'll try to unfold those to get the badge off of it. Be easier to sand and paint with the badge off. We just got to be careful not to snap the tabs. Alright, got that center badge off. So we'll clean this up first, and then we'll use ketchup to kind of try to bring back some of that brass shine on there. Okay, so I used a soapy Brillo pad to get most of the dirt and grime off of it. It actually got it looking pretty nice, but we'll throw it in some ketchup and let it sit for a while and see how that cleans it up even more. So basically I just covered it in the ketchup there, and we'll just let that sit. Next I'm going to take this out to my anvil and pound on it a little bit and see if we can't get it a little more round. Alright, so I've got it fairly rounded. It's not perfect. One problem that I had though was that broke off. That piece there was the support from here to here. I've got a welder, but I'm not sure I'm going to go through that to weld it up. I may find a coat hanger or similar thickness wire and just redo the whole thing, or I just may leave it as it is. So the badge came out really nice. It's a lot shinier after the ketchup treatment. There's still a little bit of black down in the creases in that there. I may try to get some of that out with a razor blade. Alright, we're going to take the blades off here. You can see the screw right there. So the blades are off. Now we need to get the paint off of there, and I don't want to sand it because it'll leave marks on the brass. So I'm going to use some stripper and see how that works. So the blades came out pretty nice. I did end up using some very, very fine steel wool on it. Okay, next we're going to take these 3 arms off, and they're just screws, and we'll get those sanded down and painted. There's a handle on the top here that just has a couple screws. We'll also take that off and get it painted. So the next thing we're going to do is try to get the rest of this all cleaned up and painted. I've already cleaned this up a little bit. We'll get that a little better. Can actually almost read it now. So what I just figured out is the screws that were holding the arms on also kept this front plate on there as well, and that just comes right out. So we'll take that separately and be able to clean it up separate and paint it too. So I'm also going to take these 3 screws out here, and that should release this center piece. The bottom is pretty rusty. It's missing, I think it would have had a felt on the bottom, but we'll get it sanded up and painted also. Alright, so everything's painted, just got to wait for it to dry and we'll put it all back together. Alright, we're going to start putting it back together. Now I just got to remember where all these screws go. Alright, got it all put back together. It actually seems to be working a little better. I cleaned out the insides a bit. That seems to have helped. It's on high right now. That's medium. And that's slow. And before I cleaned it, the slow wouldn't even work. Not perfect, but I like it.